Wait, am I muted?
Aloha! Hi, everybody. We're so excited about today. It's going to be a ton of fun. So, let's see. So, you'll notice that we have like a slightly different setup than the usual, as we say. But it's great that everybody's here. Hopefully, if you want, we're going to show the materials on screen as always. But if you would like to have the materials in front of you, just go to craigandsarah.com/presents.
And this helps support our live events and
yeah,
all that good stuff.
all that good stuff. So, but thank you so much for those of you that have already gotten your packets. You'll see I have my iPad in front of me because I am actually double checking and all of that good stuff as we are moving forward. Sorry, I'm just making sure that there's no email saying, help, I can't get my packet, because Craig and I are checking emails, and if somebody writes us saying, oh my gosh, my packet's not working, just let us know. So, and you'll see next to me, I have our dear friend Herb. Here comes Jake. Jake's coming to walk through. Watch your step. I almost took out Herb's ukulele.
Are we on live now?
We are
Yes,
live!
Hello, everyone!
Hello.
All right.
Yay! We're just, this is sort of like a sound check kind of thing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah Herb?
Aloha.
Yes.
Your mic
It is.
works?
Is my mic working?
Can everybody hear Herb?
Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Yay!
And I think I have you in frame.
Hi, Teko. It's so good to see you, Teko. I love being able to see the chat and everything as we're going through. Hey, and Jake's on screen now. Yahoo!
Am I on? All
You
right.
are.
Aloha, everyone. Thanks for joining. Super excited.
Yeah. We still have like 4 minutes till we're actually official.
Yeah.
So welcome to Soundcheck. We think everything sounds nice.
We just, yeah. You know.
Yes. Oh, aloha to Cameron. So high G. This is for Jake's class. This is high G. Someone just asked in the chat. Yes, a high G arrangement. So definitely, if you brought your low G to this class, you may want to go grab your high G right now. You
But
have
actually,
4 minutes.
yeah, and the low G will work too. You know,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, yeah.
You're just being nice.
No. It's yeah, you know. I mean, yeah, the arrangement, yeah, is definitely, you know, because I've never played low G, but I heard her messing around with it. It sounded great with the low G too, especially on the B flat. You know, you get the root.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So we have folks joining us from Japan, Wales.
Oh, wow.
And all
Japan.
over. Yeah,
5 o'clock in the morning.
that's Teko.
Oh, it's so early.
Teko
Wow,
is
how
hardcore.
gozaimasu. Super early. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, and it's all over the United States. I see Idaho, and oh my gosh, Portland, California, of course. Oh, Germany, awesome. Nice. Oh, this is so exciting, you guys. Yay, and Canada, Vermont. Oh, our student Eric is here. Hi, Eric. Good to see you. Oh, this is so cool. I love it. So today, the way that things are going to work today is that Jake is going to be taking us through his song Pianoforte, and he'll go over all of the sort of different parts and things. But Craig and I will be showing you guys some stretches and things to get you prepared for this really beautiful piece. The first time I ever heard this piece, it was actually in San Diego, and I think it was you and Derek Sebastian playing it.
Wow.
San Diego Ukulele Festival, a bajillion, gazillion
goodness.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I saw you guys play
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Long time.
Oh, Derek's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love Derek. Yeah.
He's a sweetie. But yeah, that was the first time I heard the piece.
Yeah,
It's-
we had Derek on the Ukulele Friends Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah, we interviewed him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you guys were. Yeah. You guys were all there. I'm sorry. we're
It's all
all
good.
there. I know sometimes we're not always on at the same time, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
remember you guys were all on for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to Brian Tolentino and the Ukulele Friends Hawaii
Yeah.
crew.
Now, out of curiosity, for those of you who are tuning in, how is everything sounding? How is everything looking?
Oh yeah. Let me
Oh,
let
Laura
me play
Watkins. Yay, Laura, give Jim a hug. We miss your cooking, Laura.
Yes.
We miss it so much. We need to come visit. Cam needs to see his auntie and uncle. Oh, another person from Japan.
Ooh.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning.
Oh, Herb's new student, Mark.
Mark.
Says hi.
How cool.
Love those guys.
He's Abe's student too.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah. It's gonna
Awesome.
be so
Thanks,
neat.
Joe. Nice. Yeah, we're doing a couple different setups right now. As you can see, that those big little, well, not too big, those little squares on Sarah and Herb. We have a couple wireless transmitters on them for today. Since we have 4 of us today, we have an overhead shotgun mic for Jake, but we're also plugging him in directly to the board as well. And I think Herb
Everybody's saying it
currently-
sounds and looks nice.
Nice.
Craig and Sarah they have all the best toys. This is like awesome. So cool.
Awesome. Now, if you guys are watching this in a replay, not live, but down the road, you can still get your packet. And this is one of the most amazing packets that Jake created. He arranged everything with a 2-part, so you have 2 separate pieces of music plus a 3rd part with the chords, and Herb tabbed it all out and notated everything out perfectly.
Yep.
Not one mistake.
Not in anything Herb did.
Herb does not make mistakes.
If
But-
it was a mistake, it wasn't my fault.
But you can still grab that packet. It's going to be up at craigandsarah.com/presents. And again, we try to keep these events free, especially during this time of pandemic. And actually be on frame for just a second for talking about this. But we know that many people are still struggling out there, and we got your back. You know, we want to make sure that you still have a chance to push yourself musically, to enjoy these workshops with us. But if you do want to help support, that is the way to do it, by grabbing those packets off the website. And, you know, it allows us to do these wonderful events with our friends like Herb and Jake today. So thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you for helping spread the amazingness that is the ukulele. All right.
And then one person asked, so Herb, in the position you're in right now, we cannot see your headstock. So when it's time for you to play, I'll scoot over so that we're further apart. But
Okay,
then
okay.
you scoot.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Shimabukuro, would you like to do our official welcome?
All right, it's about that time. Okay. Aloha, everyone. Welcome to another Craig and Sarah Presents event. Super excited to be doing this. You know, it's been such an honor to work with Craig and Sarah. As all of you know, they are just they're not just incredibly talented musicians, but also on the tech side, you know, they're so savvy and so just so advanced, you know, with doing all of this. They've put so much time and thought and effort into the way that they present these events, you know, for ukulele enthusiasts, you know, like myself. And so it is such an honor to work with them once again. And then, of course, we're so honored to have Herb Ohta Jr. with us, because, you know, Herb was one of my teachers, and, you know, to have him and stop. So to be you know, working with him as well is just
Send him home.
truly you know, truly an honor. And so we thought we'd kick it off with a song. And yeah, it's an old, you know, it's one of our favorites, right, Herb? By the great Kui Lee.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a song called "I'll Remember You." Herb has a beautiful arrangement of it. Because you recorded this on which album, Herb?
One of them.
You seriously don't remember which album it's from? It was it ukulele? No, ukulele.
Pure and simple.
Pure and simple. Pure and simple. There it is. Yeah, but and Herb always comes up with these beautiful
22 years ago.
melodies and melodic ideas, and you know, for his intros and things like that. So it's beautiful. But yeah, we're just messing around with it today, and the song, and we're gonna do "I'll Remember You." It's a song called "I'll Remember You." It's in the key of F, which actually happens to be in the same key of pianoforte, and some of the chords actually work with parts of the song. So I'm gonna try to put some of that in with this song. But we hope you enjoy this. This is totally off the cuff, and but we hope you like this. This is "I'll Remember You" featuring Herb Ohta Jr. Take it away, Herb. Oh, sorry. Keep going. I thought you were gonna count it off. All right.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You want me to do
Keep
it
going.
again?
No, keep going. Yeah,
So
Herb.
beautiful.
Nice, Herb. Oh, sorry, I forgot all about that that one part there. We talked about. That's
It's
okay.
It's okay.
Oh, you,
That was
So,
gorgeous.
you saw the evil
Okay,
the
no
evil
problem.
eye
No,
he
no,
gave
no.
me though,
I
right?
didn't,
You
I
guys
didn't
all
make
saw
an
that, right?
evil eye. My eyes are just normally slanted.
Oh man.
There we go.
Oh well, that's. Thank you so much. Thanks, Herb. That was awesome,
Oh,
man.
you're
Now,
to the
there has been some talk earlier this morning about Jake and Herb teaching actually that duet. So
Yes.
maybe for a future workshop, that can definitely be there. And one of the things that Sarah and I are still experimenting with is, we've been having a heavy focus on the teaching side of things, but we are actually thinking about hosting a few performances coming up. If you guys are interested, let us know in the comments. But yeah, we're just extremely blessed to have amazing musicians coming through and
Yeah.
joining us. All
We
right.
feel so lucky. It's just so awesome.
All right, so Jake, what is the game plan for today?
Oh well, yeah, we're gonna be. If you downloaded your packets, there's gonna be. Herb is getting really excited over there.
I had to run and turn down the chicken a little bit.
Craig is making his famous shoyu chicken or soy
I'll
sauce
show you.
chicken. Yeah, so today we're going to be going over, if you downloaded the packets, right, you're going to see three different parts to the song actually, because for some of you that may not want to do the arpeggiated parts, you may just want to strum chords. We have a 2-page chord chart PDF for you to read from, and it's all going to line up with everything that we do. And then after that, we're going to be going over the right hand part, and then also the left hand part. Because if you don't know the if you're not familiar with the fingerboard and where to place your fingers in the strumming, the chord strumming part may be a good place for you to play along with us, and it's going to sound great. But for those of you that want to try the more intricate parts, we're going to explore those things, and then we'll have a chance to play, some accompany parts versus playing melodic lead parts. And the whole idea for this song, it's a song that I wrote years ago, but the idea, the inspiration came from watching piano players, right? Because when you see piano players, you see their left hand and their right hand and how they work. So it's almost like a dance, you see the left hand playing one part and the right hand playing another part, and it just comes together and creates this amazing sound, this beautiful piece of music that you can enjoy. So I always had this idea like to write a song for two different ukuleles, right? So one ukulele part would be representing the left hand of the piano player, and the other ukulele part would be kind of expressing what the right hand would do. So that's kind of the idea. So we're going to be teaching both parts, and we actually arranged it in a way so whether you're playing the left hand part or the right hand part, you'll get a chance to kind of play a little bit of each style. So even though it's the left hand part and the right hand part, the left hand part will be playing a little bit of the right hand part as well, so to make it fun as a duet, and same thing with the right hand part, we'll be jumping on the left hand part. So we kind of mixed it up a little bit so you get a good feel for both parts. Yeah, but there's a lot of stretching involved in this, so Craig and Sarah are gonna kind of get your fingers warmed up. And they got some awesome exercises for you to start off with before we kick into this.
Okay.
This
And
tune.
I did see a few comments asking for the volume to be up. I just turned Jake's mic up just a hair, but we are pretty much as close as possible right now. With live broadcasting is always a little bit trickier with the live audio because you don't want to clip. Where in post you have a little bit more wiggle room and some flexibility. So let us know if it's still an issue, but I want to make sure everyone out there is hearing us okay.
Yeah, and I think my mic is turned on. I had it muted for a little bit, but I think I turned mine back on.
Yeah.
Oh, Craig, I'll speak louder. Yeah, I'll just be like,
so
let
me readjust you then.
check 1,
No,
2.
no, no.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. So hey. And we got a special lesson 2. We're going to be teaching the Floss Dance.
Woo!
Because, you know,
Oh yeah.
Now, I do want to say also a huge thank you for the. Usually we have the basic package, the pay it forward package that I cannot thank you guys enough for doing to help those who can't afford these packets for these workshops. But also for those who bought the Mortissimo package.
the
Yes.
Mortissimo.
Yes.
That does
More.
include the play along videos with Jake so you can practice. So thank you guys for
Yeah.
supporting that way.
Oh yeah, the play along video. That was so cool
Yeah,
to.
we recorded that so long ago too.
Yeah.
Now it's like you forget.
I know.
I was so nervous making those videos, because I had to make sure that I was playing it according to what was printed. But there is one wrong note in there. But I'll address that later when we talk about it. So
All right.
don't worry about it.
So
yeah.
we'll go to Sarah and then we can.
Okay. So what I want to actually have us do is go through just a series of stretches because I think this will be really helpful. Now, usually with these stretches, I recommend standing. I'm going to stay seated because if I stand, then you won't see my hands anymore because the camera is not going to move. So, and usually you also have your hands like way up in the air, but I'm going to have them down here because, again, you can't see them if I do this. So the first stretch that we're going to do, series of stretches we'll do together, is actually one that I learned from Aldrin Guerrero from Ukulele Underground. So if you like this, you can always check them out too because Aldrin's a fantastic teacher.
Aldrin.
So what we're going to do is have your hands together, and I want you to just spread out the pinky and the index like this, yeah, with your thumb. And I want you to spread as far as you can. Nice big stretch. You'll be feeling it like within sort of your little webs like that, right? I think he calls, okay, then I want us to put the fingers together, and then you're going to put them so it's like the Vulcan thing, yeah? And you'll stretch those out. And then bring them together, and then put these out, and then stretch really far, like a bit full stretch, and then bring them in. Okay, you can relax. Then the next one that's similar to that is you're going to take the middles, and you're going to, as he says, rock out, and you're going to stretch these two fingers as high as you can. Again, I'm usually like this when I do it. But stretch them as far as you can, and then relax. And then you'll bring the two middles up, and you'll hold down these index and pinky. And he calls this one, I think, inner peace, because it's like a peace sign, because you're going to stretch these two fingers. Big stretch. And then relax. And so you can repeat this as much as you would like, where you have rock out, relax, and then the middles, stretch out, and relax. The next series of stretches I recommend doing, and these are great to do not just for like this, but for other things too, is I'm going to run through this really fast. These were ones that I did when I was in physical therapy, when I couldn't use my hands many moons ago. And these really helped me get my mobility back. So what we're going to do is arms straight out in front of you like this. Very, very gently take this hand and make sure the elbows stay straight this whole time. Take your hand, bring this back like that. You would hold it for 30 seconds, but for right now, we're just gonna just let it go. Let's do the other hand. Again, I'm just going through them quickly. And again, you're only pulling back till you feel the stretch. If it hurts, stop. You're doing it too much. And then rest. The next series is the opposite direction, so we'll go here, and then very gently. I tend to put my thumb in the palm of my hand like this to then bring the hand down. And I'm being very gentle and only really using one or two fingers to bring this hand down. You'll really feel this one in here.
That feels really good, actually.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you'll do the next one here. Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is great.
So there's that. And then the last one is basically the same, except you're going to make a fist. Very gentle fist. Don't like, just a very gentle fist. And then you're going to bring the fist down. This is the one that people usually go, oh my gosh, because you're going to feel it here and here. Ooh, just very gentle. Because again, if it hurts, you're doing it too hard. Let up. Because if you can only go this far, that's fine. You don't need to go all the way down. And do the other hand too. Oh man, I didn't realize my right was so tight. So yeah, I feel it really, really in here. Okay. But the main thing is, I know my body is turned because I'm looking in the camera, but the main thing is you want to keep your shoulders straight above your hips. And I used to do these standing up. So that's just some of the stretches I did in order to get my mobility back. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is your picking hand. So you'll notice when Jake is teaching that he tends to pick with multiple fingers. If you're not used to that, I highly recommend working on a basic picking pattern that you will see him working on, which is going to be, we'll just have 3 fingers on the thumb on the C, your index on the E, and then your middle on the A. Okay, we'll start here. And the pattern that you'll hear, and I'm just going to do open strings, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's what you're going to hear a lot of. And that's thumb, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
It's good.
Gotta ask the source. So, thumb, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, index. That, a lot of the song is that pattern. And it's good to practice that. And while you're doing your bass chords that he's gonna go over, that might be the perfect time to practice that picking pattern if you are not used to picking in that style. So I just wanted to make it brief because we want to get to everything. So look for patterns. Look for patterns when he is teaching. And I'm sure Jake's going to point out saying, oh, check this out. But look for patterns as he's going and ways to help you kind of remember and hone in. And don't forget, those of you that take our workshops regularly, when you go back to practice everything, work on things in small bites because you will have a much higher rate of success if you go through and say work on 2 measures for one day and then the next 2 measures the next day and then put them together than trying to do the whole song all in one sitting. So I'll pass it over to Craig.
All right, and a huge aloha to Aldrin and the Ukulele Underground crew. A huge shout out to our artist work students as well. Now, a couple things because of the first part of this arrangement can be so intimidating because of these stretches. So we're just going to do a really quick mini review on bar chords in the sense where, again, we don't necessarily want to be pinching with our thumb and that bar chord. Let's take the 5th fret, for example. A lot of times when we're squeezing, we feel that tension happen right in there. And again, that doesn't have to happen. Shake it off for a second. 5th fret. I can play that bar and wave my thumb at you and still get that clean sound. And again, it's not magical ukulele pixie dust. It is that transition of leverage that we're using. So I'm pulling into my body a bit. And again, with my right forearm, I'm pulling this way. So we have this nice kind of seesaw effect that's happening. And all of a sudden, we can use other parts of our of our body, like our shoulders, our arms, and everything is helping kind of hold that in without relying on just this pinch. So, and as we always talk about, there's always going to be multiple ways of holding a chord or a shape. For example, you're going to see when we do the stretch, we can't even keep our thumb on the back even if we wanted to. A lot of times you're going to see us shift with the thumb more on the bottom part of the fretboard to give us more reach around that fretboard. Now, the big stretch that I'm talking about in the beginning is going from the C string 5th fret to the E string 8 to the pinky 12. Now, right here, again, you can see my thumb almost on the side a little bit, and even though my wrist is coming out a little bit, I'm pulling that pressure into my body. There's no like huge, death grip at all. And one of the biggest things that I recommend, instead of trying to use your middle finger for that 8th fret E string, the ring and the pinky, that's going to be the stretch to really hone in on. And just like we always say before too, focus on one thing at a time. If you're working on the stretch, maybe start on the 10th fret of the pinky and walk it up to the 11 and then the 12. And just play the chord itself rather than worrying about the pattern itself at first. Now from here, The next stretch is even going to be a little bit bigger, and that's the index is going to go down to the 4. And then of course it gets a little bit easier from there. But that first one, and now you'll see Jake actually flatten his ring when he gets to the 8th fret on the A string. Now if that thing there, if you're not comfortable with that, don't be afraid to use your pinky all the way down. Again, there's no one right or wrong way to play these things, but it's about really finding what's comfortable and what works for you. And again, that stretch here too, whether you'll maybe see a version of Guava Jam later where there's this big stretch, don't be afraid to use the entirety of that fret itself rather than keeping it straight across. Because again, when you compare hand sizes, right, you don't keep your index straight and then reach out. You kind of have that fan, and you can use that entire diagonal of that bar to make some of these things a little bit easier as well. But again, just little things to think about as you go along with this arrangement. But it's a fantastic, fantastic arrangement and song. Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Oh, Craig, but weren't you gonna show them like an easy way
Yes, so that's right. So the easiest way to get around the stretch is actually, oh Herb, I'm gonna borrow your uke for a second.
Okay.
So if you get like a uke like Herb's, and then
I love that.
but to be honest, concerts make a heck of a difference in size and stretch.
Yeah.
I love playing concerts. I miss playing concerts actually, but the tonal depth of the tenors is just hard to beat with ukulele for me. But yeah, I love concerts.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because that stretch, like especially even on a standard ukulele, it's a lot easier, right? I mean, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
If you go, trying to play it on a tenor versus playing it on a standard. Yeah, but then the mini standard.
Yeah.
Craig showed me that. I was cracking up this morning. That was so funny.
It's one of our favorite ukes.
Yeah.
Andy's ukes.
Andy's ukes. Andy, he's in the UK and he makes and they sound good too. Like that's the cool part.
I want my uke back.
See, Herb and I, we like playing that ukulele because it makes us look taller.
All right.
For myself.
And again, what we're going to do here, again, even if you don't and can't, purchase a packet right now, we got you covered. We're going to have all the information up on the side of Jake, just like that.
Woo-hoo. Oh, look
All
at
right.
that. I see it up on the screen.
Yes, I'm just so blown away by this technology. It's incredible. So I was getting lessons earlier from Craig and Sarah. So I can actually wait. Let me see if it works. Did it work?
Yeah.
Is the lines on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, this is so cool. Okay. Wait now. How do I?
The undo.
Wait now. Yeah. The undo. Oh, there we go. Okay. Undo.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, let's get started. First of all, thank you to Craig and Sarah because stretching is so important. I mean, I was doing it along with Sarah and doing those stretches. It just feels so good. So, all right. And then, as Craig mentioned, make sure you stay tuned we're going to have a jam session at the end of this. It's going to be so much fun. So, let's see. Let's get started. So we're going to go to page 2 in your packets, and that's gonna take us to the chord chart, and you're gonna see all the implied chords or harmony for the piece. So let's just get right into it, and I think we're gonna have fun. So let's start with the first chord there. We have the F chord. Notice it says third. For those of you that are wondering what does that mean, F no third? That just means that there you don't have the major third note in the chord. So what you're playing is 0 0 1 3. I'm sure you're all familiar with that. Okay, just like that. We're gonna play that there. So we're gonna hold that for 4 counts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to go to the next chord, 2, 0, 0, 3. So we're just going to do that. Okay, we're going to call that an F over E, which means it's basically an F chord, but you want your lowest note to be in E, which it's not in this voicing, but if you were imagining a bass player playing with you, that's what the bass player would play, would be the E note. And you'll see why I call it an F over E as we get to the right hand and the left hand part. Okay, next chord, D minor, 2, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Then the C6, 0, 0, 3, 0. I just really like this voicing of this chord here. Then we're going to go to B flat. Now C with no third, 0, 0, 3, 3. Okay. Then F, 2, 0, 1, 0. And then 0, 0, 3, 3. So now instead of holding it for 4 counts, let's try and strum it, okay? Let's start from the top again. Okay, from the very beginning, right here. Let's try that. Ready? 1, so we're just going to take it from there to here, all right? Let's give that a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stop right there. Perfect. All right. So let's continue on. Let's go to letter A. Letter A, it's the exact same thing. Letter B is it's a little different variation at the very end here because we're going to go straight to the F and stay on the F for 2 measures there. So let's take it from the very top again, okay, all the way to the measure just before letter C, okay? Let's try that together. 1, 2, ready, play. Measure 5. Letter A. Letter B. We can dig in a little bit more now. Stay on the F. Good. Now we're at letter C. Now you probably noticed what I was doing on beats 1. I was using my thumb to actually, you know, and I was just kind of letting my thumb just slide down the strings like this, almost breaking apart every string, right? So, so like a ripple. Versus the beats 2, 3, and 4, I was just doing a quicker downstroke like this, right? So just to separate, give it a little bit of a little more emphasis on beats 1, but you don't have to do that. I mean, this is fine too if you just play 2, 3. You know, just all downstrokes like that is beautiful as well. Because sometimes depending on the situation, if I'm doing this, sometimes just doing that, you know, breaking up the strings like that on beat one could interfere with the actual melody. So it may be more distracting than adding to it. But like right now, there's nothing else going on. So playing it that way, you know, it's like, okay, that sounds good. But then once you play with your partner and they start playing the melody, you might want to listen and think and just, you know, assess the situation and be like, okay, actually that's kind of distracting from the melody. So I'm just going to keep it all consistent, you know, beats 1 through 4. It's going to use the exact same strum, exact same stroke. Okay, so let's move on to letter C. So letter C, we have a G minor chord, right? 0, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so let's try that from letter C. It's all pretty much the same chords that we were playing earlier. So let's try from letter C. Right here, going to letter D. Going to just before letter D. 1, 2. Oh, actually, you know what? We can move on because letter D is very similar, except you just have to watch this section right here, because instead of going back to the F chord, instead of going back to the turnaround, we go straight back to the F and we start the phrase over. So it's a little bit different. So let's take it, okay, from letter C, and we're gonna go all the way to the top of page 3 right here before letter E. Okay, now another thing to watch for is you have this B flat to the C and another B flat. It kind of does this little tag and repeats before going to the F there, right? So let's take it from letter C. 1, 2, ready, play. C, G minor, now letter D, at the top of the phrase again. Now B flat. Back to the B flat. And now to the F with no third. Okay. Now let's move on. We're here now, letter E. Okay. So the first chord there is E flat. So we're going to play 0, 3, 3, 1. Just like that. Okay. Next chord, B flat over D. You can just think of it as a B flat chord. Okay. And then you know the rest already. So let's take it from letter E. And we're basically going to go all the way to the end. Okay. So let's try it. All right, from letter E. 1, 2, ready, play. B flat with D, over D. F no third. E flat. B flat over D. Oh, sorry, I forgot to cover this one. D flat, you're gonna go 1, 1, 1, 4. So you're gonna do a bar. Remember what Craig was saying too, right? You're pulling the instrument into your body, okay? Just like that. So let's try that. Okay. So let's take it from that D flat there. Okay. 1, 2, ready, play. Then we're gonna go to the C sus4 and C chord. And continue on to letter F. F over E. Letter G. We can dig in a little bit more. Last line. And hit the F and just let it ring. We're just gonna let that one ring to the very end. Okay? All right. So what I want to do now is for some of you, if that was if that felt comfortable for you, I want you to try something else, okay? I want you to hold the chords, and then you're gonna do the pattern that Sarah was talking about. So instead of just strumming it, you're gonna do the pattern that she was talking about, which was 3. You're gonna play the, sometimes I like to refer to these, the strings as, 1, 2, 3, 4, or like first floor, second floor, third, and fourth floor, right? So you can go 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So, oh wait, sorry, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry, Sarah, I messed that one up. Okay, here we go, one more time, okay? So we're gonna go, so that's the pattern, right? 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you're gonna change to the next chord. And the next chord. Next chord. Okay, so we're gonna do that for each one. And if that's a little bit too challenging, go back to the chords. Okay? Just go back to the strumming. So let's try this again. We're gonna play the whole thing from top to bottom. Okay? And I want you to try that arpeggiated pattern. If you feel comfortable. If not, you can just play the chords. All right. So let's give it a shot. Okay? From the top. 1 and let's see. Let's go about this tempo. Okay. 1, 2, ready, play, and. If you're strumming, we're on the next line. 2, 3, 4, C2. Okay. And here we are, letter A, get ready. 3, 4, and. To the strumming, I'll alternate so you can follow along either way. Letter B and go. minor and strum. I mean, or you can do the arpeggios. Arpeggios would sound like this. Letter D and go. Next line. Page 2. Oh, sorry, that was page 3 actually. Okay, get ready with letter E. Here we go. E flat chord and flat chord again and letter F and letter G, get ready, go, and F over E, B flat, C, B flat, and we're just going to stop on F. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the end there. All right, good job. Okay, once again, yes.
3 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah. So the pattern, once again, 3 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay,
Perfect.
just like that.
And one more question too.
Mhm.
Let me make sure. So I know a lot of like guitarists will say you never anchor, you never, put more things on the face if you can, because it affects the sound so much. On ukulele, I feel like it doesn't have quite the same effect. And so some people are wondering if you're planting the pinky, and I say if it's comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. I have a hard time playing without anchoring, because that's pretty much how I've always played. So either I'll anchor, my fingers here on the soundboard, or I'll put my fingers, at the corner under here when I'll kind of hold the uke there. you know, I mean,
It depends too on what's going on too. It's not like all the
Yeah.
time, but
I feel like, I mean, I don't know. If you feel comfortable not anchoring, you know, it may be better. You know, I think there are definitely advantages to that. You know, as far as the resonance of the instrument, and you just feel maybe freer, and probably your hand would be more relaxed if you didn't have it anchored, because you would, you know, you would just have this free range of motion. But yeah, it's you know, for me, I've always played that way, and a lot of the people that I grew up listening to and watching, you know, have always played that way as well. So, but yeah, but you're you know, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's a great question, and I think you just have to do what's comfortable for you. It would be fantastic if you could do both. I think that would be probably ideal, because one of the nice things about when you can anchor your fingers to the body of the instrument, one of the things that I feel like you have an advantage is you can have more power in the string, because you're actually pulling with your hand, right? So you're pushing it, versus if I wasn't, you don't get that same power because of the leverage, you know. But maybe if you practice a lot without anchoring, you can get that same power. But for me, I find that I can't get that power unless I have my fingers there and I can like pull into the string. So it changes the tone for sure of what I'm doing.
and then one last
I think, yeah, Herb, did you?
No. There was a question: when you tremolo, where do you anchor?
When I tremolo, yep, same place. Kind of toward the edge of the ukulele. So I don't know if you can see my thumb. So yeah, so that's where I feel comfortable. And usually I'm using my index and ring finger, and just kind of using that as a, you know, just as like a little, is it a fulcrum? What do you call it? Is that what it's called? When you kind of use something as like just for leverage, you know, to move back and forth, right? But yeah, these are all great questions, and at the moment, you know, there are a lot of different approaches and no real clear standardized method. I mean, a lot of different schools have their own standardized method, you know, but I don't know if there's been one that's been just accepted by everyone. So, you know, so you should really do, you know, what feels comfortable for you, what helps you to play. I mean, I always, I mean, this is probably not a good way to think of it, but you know, sometimes like when I'm playing pieces and they're like challenging, you know, formations and things like that, you know, my mentality is just whatever it takes, you know, to get there, or to play that chord, or to hold it, you know, just whatever it takes. You know, that may not always be the best approach, but that's kind of like how I would just kind of force myself to get into a position, as long as I'm not doing something that's damaging to my body, right? So, yeah, so those are all fantastic questions, so thanks. Craig, someone had another one? Okay. All right. So now that we got that down, you know, for those of you that, if some of as we move on to the next part, for those of you, if some of these stretches are a little bit too much, because you may be on a tenor, and the tenor stretch is a lot, you know, it's a lot harder to get to some of these notes, then you may want to just use the chord chart diagram, and you can follow along with that. All the measure numbers will and the rehearsal letters will all line up with what we're doing. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move to page 4, okay, of the packet, And page 4, we're just going to explore the right hand part. Now, technically, when I originally wrote this piece, the right hand part was all single note playing because it's playing the right hand melody of the piano. But what we tried to do to make it fun is we divided up the right and the left hand part and basically put it in both parts. So you're kind of switching off, right? So you're not just playing the left hand part and the other person's only playing the right hand part, which actually wouldn't have been a bad idea too. But you know, that's how I originally wrote it. But this way, someone can play the right hand part, someone can play the left hand part, and you'll both get to play both parts. And the reason for that is because if you're just playing it without a partner, you know, it's great. You'll have something that'll carry you through the tune, and you'll be able to exercise, you know, both parts, right? So let's try this. Okay. So let's look at the right hand. Okay, we're just gonna take those 8 measures before letter A, and those 8 measures before letter A are gonna repeat. They're gonna repeat throughout the entire, you know, song. So once you get these 8 measures down, you know, you'll be able to play half the song already. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Herb. Was you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So let's give this a try. Okay. Let's give this one a shot. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start right here, and then we're gonna end right there for now. All right. So take your index finger, put it on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Okay? And as Craig was saying, the 2nd string, you're going to put it on the 8th fret. And instead of using your middle finger, try using your ring. That may make it easier. Okay? And then your baby finger, you're going to stretch it out to the 12th fret, just like that. Okay? Just like that. So try to hold it, then now take it off. Okay, now let's put it back. Okay. Now let's take it off again. Okay. Now let's put it back. Okay. So the only thing that I really want you to worry about is this 3rd string for now. Basically, it's just doing this. 5th fret, 4th, 2nd, and open. Okay. That's all it's going to be doing. Oh, sorry.
It's a little loud in the overhead.
Okay, you got it. Okay, one more time. Ready? Okay. And then the other thing I want you to think about is for those first 2 measures, your ring finger is not going to move from that 8th fret. It's just going to stay right there. Right? So for the first 2 measures, you're just doing this. Right? See that? You're just moving this and keeping the ring finger there. That's all you're doing. Okay? Now we're going to add the baby finger. And the baby finger is just doing this. It's just doing 12, 10, 8. Like hot cross buns. Hot cross buns, right? Hot cross buns. That's all you're playing. So now when you play the song, you're just going to be singing hot cross buns in your head. So watch this. And that same pattern, right? 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So see that? Hot cross buns. Right? So hot cross buns, right? Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. And then you're gonna move your index finger down a half step, and you're gonna do the same thing. hot cross buns. See, that's it, right? Okay, so let's try that again. Let's go back to the fifth. Okay, 5, 8, and then we're gonna do hot cross buns. So here we go. 1, 2, well, let's go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and slide down. Okay, just like that. Very good. Now, so we just did those first two measures right there. All right, let's do it one more time and then we're gonna move on. Ready? 1 and 2 and ready, play, and okay, very good. Now, just like what Craig was saying, when you do this hot cross on buns, you can bring your baby finger down there, right? Or you can do what I'm doing. Hot cross buns, I'm bending down my ring finger. See? So you can do it two ways. Or all right, we're gonna have to change the title of this song.
You can also do three blind mice.
Oh yeah, 3 blind mice. That's right, Herb said 3 blind mice too. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so good, we got that. Now let's move to the next part. Okay, so now we're looking at this section here. The next 2 bars we're gonna take, all right? So now we're gonna go, I'm gonna go measured. We're gonna go 2, 5, and 8 there, okay? So now, all I want you to remember is the same thing. Just think of the index finger. All it's doing is this, and then open, see? Okay. Your ring finger is not changing. Your ring finger is going to stay on the 5th fret, so that doesn't have to, you don't have to worry about that. Now, the baby finger is going to be going 8, 7, 5. See? 8, 7, 5. Just like that. So what we're going to do now, okay, let's try this. We're going to go. Oh, you know what that just reminded me of? It's like the beginning of that song. Turn around.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Turn around. Every night and then I get a little bit tired and I'll... So, okay, sorry. Anyways. Man, there's a lot of songs happening in this one song tonight. All right, okay. So, yeah, Total Eclipse of the Heart, right?
Yeah.
Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. Nothing I can do. Total eclipse of the heart.
Okay, we don't want to get flagged for their song.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. Turn around, bright eyes. Okay, sorry. I got a little carried away. All right, so let's... Herb loves my singing. You know, yeah. I know you love my singing, Herb. Okay, so let's try this. All right. So 2, 5, and 8. Okay. Here we go. Same thing. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, play, and okay. Now we're gonna play the open string. Okay, and we're gonna do. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, my mistake. So here we go. Right, we do that. Now when we go to the next measure here, I forgot this completely changes. So. It's going to be a little bit different. This is probably going to be the most challenging for this part here. So let's before we go to that part, let's go back to the D minor. Do the same thing. Okay, remember I told you the open C, so we're going to play that. Now this part, okay, just think of 3, right? 6 and 3. Watch this. It's just going to go. Then you're gonna go 1 and 5, right? And then 3 and 1, and then you're gonna play the F here. Okay, So let's try that again. Okay. So you can get 3 and 6 ready like that. Okay. And you're gonna play. Now the pattern changes a little bit here because now you're gonna go 1, 2, 1. Okay. So open 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 3, open, and then we're gonna continue after that. Okay. So let's try take it from this measure here. Okay, and then we're gonna take those last two measures, measures 3 and 4. Ready and go. And open. Okay, we're gonna stop right there. Very good. Okay, so let's try those 4 measures right there. And remember now, if you're having a little bit of trouble, we can always go back to the chords because basically this is all we're playing. Those first 4 measures right there. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Down, half a step. Okay, now to the D minor. Open C. Good. That's it. All right. And remember now, this is, you're gonna have these videos so you can go back at any time. Just not right now, but you know, don't go back now. But you know, after the workshop, you'll be able to go back at any time. Okay. So let's continue. Measure 5 now. Measure 5's a little bit different. Okay. So look at the tab there. We're gonna go 3, 1, 5. Looks like that. Okay. So let's try this. Okay, let's go nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then this measure is the same as that measure. Same thing. So look. Remember we did this? Okay, so let's try that. Measures 5 and 6. One more time. Ready, go. All right, good. Now I will say, I have to tell you, you know, going at a slower pace, it's actually way harder. And there's a lot more pain involved because you have to you're holding the strings down a lot. So my hand is dying right now. I don't know about you guys, but because I'm not, you know, when you play it at a quicker tempo, you don't have to hold the string down that long. So it's like, you know, it's like you're, man, all right. I'm glad Sarah and Craig went over those stretches, man, because I am, oh man. I'm not gonna be able to play the rest of this song. Okay, so you're not alone, okay? You are not alone. Okay, all right. So let's try. So measure 5 one more time. Okay. So 3, 1, and 5. Let's play that. So now we're starting on the 4th string. Okay. Let's try that pattern. Remember, same thing. Hot cross buns. Okay, just in a different key now. So here we go. Now we go to open C, then okay, very good. So if you want, you can just practice that. See? All right, very good. You got it. Okay. Now, let's move on to measure 7 right here. Okay, let's see. Measure 7. Right here, so you notice we have that F there, right? So first fret there, we're just gonna hold our F chord like this, or just this F note, and watch this. We're just gonna do open, third, okay, just like that. Okay, now let's go to the next one, and we're gonna jump up to the 8th fret there on the first string. And then the way I like to remember this is just remember you're playing these 3 on the same string, right? And then you're playing these 3 on the same string. Okay, so if you just think about that, these 3, A string, these 3 on the second string, right? So let me clear that so it's not as messy. But I think things like that help me, you know, because now I'm just thinking 8, 7, 5, right? Then 8, 6, 5, and then I'm thinking open, open. See? 8, 7, 5, 8, 6, 5, open, open. Oh, I can hit that low C with my voice. Open. Okay, so let's try that. Ready? Together, and 8, 7, 5, 8, 6, 5. And you can also, I was just doing it all with my thumb right now, but you can still use the other fingers, because normally that's what I do. So I'll play 8, 7, 5, 8, 6, 5, open, open. So measure 7 and 8 will sound like this, okay? Here we go. 3, 4. All right. Now, let's move on to letter A. Okay? Let's move on to letter A. So, here we go. Now we're going to get into the melody here. Okay? Let's try this. So, notice we have the rest there, and then so actually, you know, I know for me a lot of times, you know, just kind of hearing it in context helps a lot, right? It helps me a lot. So when I'm thinking, when I'm playing this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play part of the part we just played, so you can hear how this melody works in context. Okay, so it's gonna sound like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna play the part that I just played. I just recorded it. So now we're gonna play it, and then we're gonna play the melody over it so you can kind of hear. Okay, so listen to this first. Here we go. This is from measure A. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do for now. Okay, let's try that. Ready? 1.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Now it's kind of low, yeah, because the looper is at
Oh,
lower
I
level.
see. I see. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is I'll turn up the volume of the looper. Okay,
Perfect.
let's try that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I should have done something to kind of count it off. Let me do that again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little count off in there so that we can all start together. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So now we have a little count off. So you're gonna hear me play. I'm gonna be hitting the uke 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in 1, 2, and 3. Da, 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 da. Okay, so let's try that. All right, with the tabs, we're gonna play the first 3 notes on the second string, right? Okay, and then we're gonna play the B flat or the on the first string, right? Then 5, 3. Okay, so these 3. Oops. Okay, on this second string, and these 4 on the first string. So let's try it. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4, rest. Good, very good. All right, let's try it one more time. And you know what I did on that third note? I did a slide, but let's take the slide out for now. Let's just play. Okay. Let's try that one more time. 3, 4, rest. Okay, good. Okay, now we're gonna continue this part here. The rhythm is a little tricky. It's 1. Okay, so listen to this. I'm gonna play it in context. And if you already can read it, just play along. We can even continue. Good. All right. So let's take it. Let's stop right there. So where we stopped was right over here, okay? Before that descending line. Oh, yes.
When you're playing measures 9 and 10, do you hold your finger on the first and third, or do you slide up?
Oh, okay. Good. Good question. I don't know what the right answer for that is, actually. Yeah, I think it's good maybe to just play it just if you can utilize all your fingers and play it like this. So the first 3 notes you're gonna play on the second string, right? And then move down to the next string. So you don't have to slide, but I know I have a habit of sliding on that part. I always do that. You know, I think because I've been playing it that way for a long time, but when I initially wrote the song, there were no slides in it. And the reason for that was because on the piano, you can't slide into a note, right? But as I started playing it a lot, then I kind of got away from that, from just a, you know, and then I started to phrase it a little different, more like, you know, more like an ukulele or a guitar player would phrase it. You know, or you could do, you know, you can add whatever ornamentation you want, you know, later. But the main thing is you're playing you know, the main thing is you're playing the phrase, and as you get more comfortable, you know, you can do variations, and you know, this is just like a really simple. It's almost like a recipe, right? So it's like a recipe, and it's giving you the basic, you know, just the basic ideas and suggestions. But you know, please feel free to, you know, add your own, you know, flavors and spices and ingredients and all that stuff. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, this is, it's so rigid and it needs to be this way. If you want to change the rhythm up a little bit, you know, please feel free to do that. One thing I want to point out though is, you know, the reason some of these, the melody is phrased a certain way is if you look at this, in measure 11, right? So if you see this, right, it's going from a D to an E, right? And then I have an F note here. Now you notice I'm not playing the F on beat 3 right here. Because if I play this, normally it would sound like this. 1, right? That would make more sense. But if you notice, if I were to play that F on beat 3 right here, if you look at beat 3, okay, up here now, right? Wait, now where am I? Oh, sorry. If you look at beat 3 on measure 11, okay, of the left hand. So now I'm on page 8, but you don't have to because I'm scrolling to it. But if you look at measure 11, which is right here on the left hand, if you look at beats 3, right? Notice I have an E note there, okay? So now if I play that E, the same time I play this F note, you're gonna hear a clash. So listen to, because you're gonna hear this F with this E together on beat 3. Now personally, I like that kind of tension. You know, it's not wrong, but if I were to stagger it and I play that F note after that E, right? Then it's a little bit more pleasing. So I'm gonna do it this way first. Listen to this. When I get to that note, I'm gonna really emphasize that beat 3, and you're gonna hear how it's gonna clash with the other part. So let's do this. Coming up right here. You hear that clash, right? So now we're gonna do it again, okay? We're gonna do it again, but this time I'm gonna stagger it like how it's written, okay? So check this out. Okay. Listen to this. See how it complements the line, right? So much nicer because now you hear as opposed to at the same time. So that just moving that one note, just an eighth note after, you know, just an eighth beat afterwards, you know, it gives like this nice interplay between both parts, right? And now they're really complementing each other. So you know, so that's why some of these things are written out the way that they're written out, you know, because sometimes you have to be very specific with where you place the notes, especially when you're doing like a two-part thing like this. But you know, but again, if you played it that way, I don't know. For me, I like those. We call them minor seconds, or they're like little half steps apart. But then the other thing to remember is that the only reason that's really clashing there on beat 3 is because they're in the same register, you know, so they're literally only a half step apart, you know, like the E and the F on like the two neighboring white keys on the piano, right? You know, they're just a half step apart. But if you were to play this part an octave lower, so now you have the space between the left hand and the right hand, which is what you would do on the piano. That note would not clash. You know, it would sound perfectly fine. It would give a nice little, you know, just a nice little dissonance there, right? Like a minor 9 kind of sound. So you know, so it just depends on where the notes are placed, okay? So good. So we got that. Now let's move on. I think we ended right here. Now let's look at this cascading line here. Okay, again, 3 on the first string, 5 on the second string. Okay, so it looks like this. So we're just gonna think 12, 10, 8. Sound familiar? Hot cross buns again. So it's the same thing that we played in the beginning. Right? 12, 10, 8, hot, cross, buns, right? So same thing, we're gonna do hot, cross, buns. Then we're gonna go to the second string and do the same thing. 12, 10, 8. Now we're gonna slide down, we're gonna come down to 6 and 3. Okay, just like that. And then the very first note of letter B is the 5th fret. Just like that. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, like, it would be so much easier if we just played, 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8, and play, instead of going to 6 here, we just play 10 on the 3rd string, right? And then play the neighboring the neighboring G right here on the 3rd string. But the reason I like to keep it and then slide down here and continue it on this same string is because when you play notes on the 3rd string especially, it has a very different timbre, or a very different tone color, because the string is so much thicker, right? So like if I were to play something on the same string, but I played the first 2 notes or the first note on the 3rd string, hear how it's the right pitch, but it sounds like it's coming from a different instrument almost, because this C has a very different sound from this C, and a very different sound from this C, and a very different sound from this C. See? So every string has its own character. So sometimes you have to find the right string to play that note so that it sounds like it's a continuous line. It doesn't sound like it's coming from other, instruments. So that's why I chose those places on the fretboard. So you're gonna play this. So you hear the consistency versus. You hear how that changes? Can you hear that? It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but it makes a huge difference,
And I just had one
Yes.
quick question.
And I wanted to take a quick note to remind people that we will be pushing Jake a little bit faster just for time constraints, but a reminder that all of this is going to be replayable here on YouTube, and you can watch fingers again, you can watch the phrases. I want to make sure that he has the time to get to any kind of trouble spots or tricky spots, but it's brilliant to hear this side of it. So we'll probably have you go through the song,
Okay.
but you don't have to review quite as much because of the repeats.
Okay,
for people, because he's doing awesome. I just want to make sure we have time for these amazing kind of insights, because this is the stuff that is so important and such a nice treat to kind of see the inner workings of Jake's arrangements and his thought process. So again, there's no stress on trying to master all of this right now. Don't forget, you have all of the time in the world to really go through this and keep going back to these videos. Okay.
That was Craig's super polite way of saying, Jake, hurry up, you're running out of time. Oh, he's doing it on. But, we're just going to try, And Herb and Sarah over there. Come on. All right. Okay, here we go.
But there's one quick question one
yeah.
person had, which was it's in measure 4. Just I think it's a quick answer. He says, is Jake playing B flat instead of C in the beat of and of 2? So the and of 2, measure 4. Are you playing a B instead of C? I don't think. I think you're.
No. On measure 4.
Measure 4.
For the right hand. Yeah, it's a B flat.
It's a B flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That was
So
your question.
yeah. So measure 4 for the right hand. It's a C. It's a low C followed by a high C, and then a B flat, back to C, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. I just wanted to. They had that that
and then
question.
it's A, B flat, then G, open A. Yeah, so that's the pattern. Yeah, but there is a C before that B flat. So, you know, so it's C, C, B flat, C, A, G, or A, B flat, G, A, then to F there. Okay? All right, no, but these are good. No, because I really appreciate it. You know, if you find anything that doesn't look right or is questionable, you know, yeah, please let me know, because you know,
I didn't mean to derail you. So
no
go ahead, sir.
that's good. So I really appreciate it. If there's anything that is questionable, please let us know, because you know, these are you know, we all make mistakes. So and Herb a lot of times Herb, you know, he'll always be like, he'll call me up. Did you mean to, you know, to have that? I was like, oh shucks, no, you know. So you know, Herb's always finding my errors. So you know, so don't if you feel something's not right, let me know.
This at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Huh?
People don't know you do this at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Herb said people don't know that I do these things sometimes at 4 in the morning, but yeah, but he's still up at 4 in the morning, so I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so okay, let's continue on, because I want to honor everyone's time and want to get around to it. So let's jump on that measure 16 again. Okay, we're at the bottom of page 4, and once again, 12, 10, 8. Next string, 12, 10, 8, 6, 3. Okay, now let's continue on to letter B. Okay, and here we go. We're gonna go. Okay. Sorry. Let's play through this. One. So from letter B, right here. Okay, we're gonna take it from letter B to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Right? Okay, now we're gonna jump up to that high 13th fret. Okay, let's take it. So now we're right here. Okay, high 13, 13, 12, 10. Okay, then A. Now we're gonna have a rest there, and 12, 10, 8, 7, 8. Just like that. So let's take letter B all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3. A, G, A, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, da da. 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Rest 1 and 3 and 1. Okay, now I have to stop there, because I have to tell you, I cannot talk and play at the same time. Okay, it's like something I just cannot do. So as I'm counting, I'm gonna have to stop playing. So I'm just gonna sing it as I do that. Yeah, I that's why they're laughing at me, because they know I can't talk and play at the same time, or even it's hard for me to even sing and play at the same time. All right, so let's try that again. Okay, I'll play it with you this time. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Rest. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. All right, good. Okay, let's go to letter C. Yeah, I don't know. You know, you guys probably can talk and play at the same time, but that's just something. It's just beyond me. I just cannot do.
It took practice.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We have to do it for teaching. That's why.
Yeah, so I apologize. I wish I could do that. It would probably make things a lot easier, but
Doing good.
so let's see. Okay, let's go to letter C, and we're gonna play and then letter C. So we have a whole measure of rest, and then we're gonna come in here, right? So, I'm just, I think we can just play through this because this is all single line stuff. So let's take it from letter C. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. Okay, now notice just that part right there, right? You're jumping from the second string to the first string. So from the 10, right, to the 7th. And now when we get into letter D, okay, this one, it's all patterns. So you're just holding those chords, okay? Like, so if you're counting from the 4th string down, 2nd, 5th, 3rd, 3rd. Okay, I know this can be a tough chord. I'm using my middle finger to get both of those, those strings down on the 3rd fret. So I'm using my index for the 2nd, baby finger for the 5th, and then ring finger for the 3rd, and then ring finger again, bending it down to get that high C. Okay, now the pattern is just 3, 2. Oh, sorry, middle finger. I made a mistake. It's one of the 2 middle fingers that I'm using. One of 2 middle fingers. That, right, Herb? All right, so I'm sorry, one more time. Okay, index finger, 2nd fret, baby finger, 5th fret, and then middle finger is holding down the 3rd, the 2/3 there, okay? Just like that. Okay, and the pattern, thanks, Herb. And the pattern is, it's inside, inside, outside, outside, right? So it's 3, so the string pattern is 3, 2, 4, 1, okay, just like that. So you're gonna go 3, 2, 4, 1. Now I like to use my thumb and index for 3 and 2, then my thumb and middle for 4 and 1. So it sounds like this. And you're just gonna do that twice. Okay. Now you're gonna go to 2, 4, 3, 3. So leave everything on. You can slide your baby finger to the 4th, or you can use your ring finger, the other middle finger, and do that. Okay, same pattern. Okay. Now just let that go, and you're already holding down, the 2nd fret there if you put a bar there. Okay. Now this is a little tricky because now you gotta lift up your index finger, and if you turn your hand just a little bit, then you can get that open string there. Okay, so watch this. So you're basically these 3 notes are not changing. All that's changing is this. It's the same thing like the beginning. That's the only thing that's changing. So watch this, right? So, and instead of just holding the top string here, I'm gonna just use a bar because it'll come in handy later, as I move forward, because I'll already be holding down that 2nd string. I mean that 2nd fret. So let's try this. Watch this. So the only thing that's moving is this is just going down from 5, 4, 2, open. Oh, sorry. Okay, one more time. Here we go. And 4. Okay, now let go of the ring. There we go. And now open. Good. So I think you got that there. Now that's, it's going to be, it's not an easy part, especially if you're not used to holding bar chords for that long, because even for my hand, I mean, my hand is dying right now because there's a lot of stuff going on here. So let's try this. Let's try this. from let's move on from letter D, because I don't want to hold that again for that long. Okay, so let's go to measure 35. And remember now, so this measure 35 is exactly like this measure up here. Let's see, it's exactly this. It's exactly what we played before. Okay, so you're gonna hold the third up here, right? And it's 3 1 5. So remember we talked about the hot cross buns, but in B flat, hot cross buns, right? So hot cross buns, right? So easy to remember. Okay, now this one is exactly like what we did earlier as well. It's this repeating repeating pattern right here, just like measures 5 and 6. Okay, so let's do that. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. This part changes. This part changes. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking ahead. Okay, it does it one more time, and then after that, it goes back to that. So, sorry. So let's go to measure 37, and we are going to have to do that again. So you can fake it if you want. You know, just as long as you know where to play, you can play the notes like this, like if you want. But anyways, okay. So let's try this. Okay, you're gonna hold that chord. I'll play it with you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, slide it down. D, C. Okay, now we're back here, and this is like measures 5 and 6 that we were talking about earlier. So 3 1 5. Hot cross buns, right then open. And repeats again. Repeats again. Same thing. And then repeats one more time. So you're doing the exact same thing. Did this already as well. 1 0 1 0 1 0 3 0, and hit that high F there. Okay, so that's where we just ended. Okay, now this is good. Now I know we're taking a long time to get through the right hand, but just remember that a lot of the things we're doing in the right hand is basically going to repeat again in the left hand. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, now let's go to letter E. Okay, so I know I'm moving faster, but it's because Craig is holding a baseball bat right now. I'm super scared for my life, actually. No, but like Craig said, there's gonna be you can go back at any time. So
one person had a question. I think
Yes.
I know the answer to it. But what do the numbers above the notes in D on page 5 mean? 2 5 3 3. 2 4 3 3.
Okay, good question. Well, this is a great way to just vocalize, positions of finger positions for chords and things like this. And I know Craig and Sarah use this all the time when they're teaching. So, but it's basically the way that you're looking at it. When you see, like, for example, in letter D, when you see 2 5 3 3, basically what it's giving you the frets that you have to put your fingers in, and it's in order from the 4th floor to the 1st floor, or the 4th string to the 1st string. So when I say 4th to 1st string, the 4th string is the one that's closest to your chin. Okay, so like 4th floor, 3rd floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor. So 1st floor will always be closest to the ground. So when you see 2 5 3 3, you're seeing the fret that you have to put your finger in for each string. So like 4th string would be fret 2, which would be here. Then the 3rd string would be fret 5, which is here. Then the second string would be fret 3, which is here. And then the first string would be fret 3, which is here. Okay? And then then the next one would be 2, 4, 3, 3. So second, fourth, third, third, just like that. And then the next one, 2, 2, 3, 3. So 2, 2, 3, 3. So if you're holding like a C chord, that would just be 0, 0, 0, 3. Yes, Craig.
And one thing to add to that, the more information, the better, right? But when you have a tab that has like all of these different numbers laid out, sometimes you lose the bigger picture. And so that's why having those chords listed, showcased by just holding the chord and focusing on the right hand pattern, that's all you need to worry about, instead of thinking, 5, 4, 3. You don't have to know every single number if you're already holding the chord or shape that you need to hold. So that's another reason why Herb did a great job of including all of that in for those PDFs.
So, no, it was Sarah's idea, right?
For the chords, but not for in the song itself.
Oh, yeah, but okay. So let's go to letter E, or letter E flat. No, I'm just kidding. It's just no. Okay. Anyway, so letter E. Let's go to letter E. Okay. So we have a little bit of a different rhythm here. We have a triplet pattern. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and triplet 1, right? So that's how we're gonna play that. So 1, 2, da, 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 just like that. Okay. Now, the way that this is a really cool trick when you're going back and forth with triplets and just like eighth notes or something, but I always this was taught to me a long time ago by a piano friend of mine, Brett Nita, who helped me so much musically when I was doing this the concerto project with Dr. Byron Yasui. But anyways, all the triplets. All the triplets I remember, because he's a teacher too, so he tells all his students to say Saturday and Sunday, right? So it's Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, 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 Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, right? So that's a great way of subdividing. When you have 2 beats. If you want to subdivide it into 3s, you can say Saturday. If you want to divide it into 2s, then Sunday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So it's kind of a little cool trick there. So if you think of it this way, right? 1, 2, and Saturday 1, right? So let's try. Let's go to letter E, and let's try this. Okay. 1, 2, and dun, dun, dun. Okay. So it's so you're looking at this beat here. We're at letter E. Looking at this beat here, right, which is the and of 2. Okay, and then you have this triplet pattern. So it's like Saturday. Okay. So and it is Saturday. Today is Saturday, so that's perfect. All right, so let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and Saturday, 1, 2, and Saturday, ba-da-da, right? So that takes us right there. So let's play that in time together, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So, very good. Let's see. So that's pretty straightforward there. And then we're going to continue here. Okay, so we got another Saturday, right? And then this one is just today, because we're resting on the sat, right? And actually, we do sit when we rest. Oh, that's so perfect. Brilliant. There we go. All right, so you sit, sat. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's try it, okay? From that measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, sorry. da, da, dun, 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 sorry, I messed that one up here. So there's only one here. So what we're gonna do, let's try that one more time from measure 54. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's take it back from here. This is the beginning of the phrase. So what measure is that? 53. Okay, measure 53. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and Saturday. 1, 2, Saturday. 1, 2, and Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chord. There we go. So that's the rhythm there. Okay, let's try it together. And then, sorry, I'm not gonna count this time because it's gonna be too hard for me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Dun, 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 dun. Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna play this chord. It's 0, 0, 6, and 7. And it's kind of cool because I think that's the only time we play a C7 chord, a 5 chord, you know, with the third and the flat 7 in it. So it's a very powerful moment in the song. Okay, and then we're going to continue on to letter F. Sorry, I know we're going a little faster, but for those of you that you know, that read tab all the time or notation, you guys are probably flying through this, so it's no problem. So let's try this. Okay, letter F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Oh, dun, dun, dun. 2, 3. And same thing we did before. Okay, we just ended right here. Okay, one more tricky rhythm to look out for is this one. Again, remember, we're resting on the sat, so it's just Saturday, 1, 2, Saturday, 1, right? So 1, 2, Saturday, 1. Okay. they're all laughing at me. You know, like when I used to do when I used to have tricky rhythms, like I would make up all kinds of stuff, like, you know, Saturday to grandma's, Saturday to grandma's, dinner on Saturday, dinner. You know, it's like just like random words. But you know, but you gotta do, like I said earlier, right? Whatever it takes to get it down. Okay, so let's move on to letter G. Okay, so letter G, let's play this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 1. Oh, that's way too slow. We're doing it too slow. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You know what I'm gonna do again? I think what would really help us is if we hear the second part again, so that since I can't count and play at the same time. So let's try this, okay? From letter G, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Good. I'm gonna show you this part afterwards, and dun dun and B. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, sorry. My loop is not set up for this part here because it goes to a different place. So let's try this again. Letter G. So the thing that we have to be careful of is once we get to this section here, it's basically going to be that same pattern of, okay, and then to C7, back to B flat, okay, and then to the open C again. So it's gonna be repeating. So let's go to letter G one more time. And what I'm gonna do is, as we're playing it, I'm gonna play the supporting line here with the tags. So here we go. Here we go. Listen to this. So this is letter G. 1 and 2. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's take it from letter G. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, and Saturday, one good day. I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna do a harmonic there. I'll show you that part right now, but before we do that, so you see measures 71 and 72, and then measures 73 and 74. You notice we have those octave notes above it like that. Okay, so what we have to do is we're gonna play the I think they call them artificial harmonics, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play that D, okay? And when we play that D, we're gonna go up 12 frets from that D. We're just gonna find that other D, okay? And then just like how we do harmonics on the 12th fret like this, you know, we just lightly touch the string, and all we're doing is cutting the string in half. And when we pluck it lightly, right, it plays the octave above that open string, because we're actually cutting the string directly in half. So it's like if we were to fret that 12th fret. Okay, so now what we're doing is when we move our finger up here to the 5th fret, now the halfway point changes. So now the halfway point becomes right here where the other octave D is. So what I like to do on that section, just to give it a little bit of a different color, instead of just playing the D here, or just playing the open D here, to the C, I like to play the harmonic like this and then move it down to the C. See, so how I'm cutting it right there in the middle. So I'm playing it on that fret, right on the fret of D there. So I'm gonna play it here. I'm gonna put my index finger down, and I'm using my thumb behind it to just pluck the string, putting my index finger there lightly, plucking the string to get that note. And then after I play that note, I'm gonna play the C. So a good way to practice that is you can play the harmonic on the 12th with the A. Use your thumb to pluck the string, put your index finger just lightly there. It's almost like you're doing it this way, but instead of using that hand, you're gonna use your index finger, okay, to take the place of the left hand. And you're just gonna pluck it, and then you can fret the 1st fret, move it up 1 fret, do it again, fret the 2nd, move it up 1 fret, fret the 3rd, move it up. See, just like that. So now, when you play the D, you're gonna find the D note up here, or the 12th fret, 12 frets above that, and then you're gonna do the same thing. Okay? And then slide it down to the C, right? And then continue. So now we're at right here, and we're gonna play, oh, that's right, I forgot I wrote in this campanella part here. So, you can play it straight like this if you want, right? So you can go, or if you want to play it the way it's written here, I threw this in case some of you wanted to try this. It's a little bit more challenging, but you're going to play the A on the 12th fret here, the G on the 4th fret, Okay, so you're gonna go.
12th fret.
Oh, sorry. On the what did I say?
Fourth.
On the fourth fret. Fourth string, 12th fret. Okay.
You want some more
So
coffee?
12. No, I'm good. So 12. I think I'm good, but okay. So you're gonna go 12 and 12. Okay. Then you're gonna go 8 and 9. Okay. And then you're gonna play the 5. I mean the 5th fret of the first string. So it sounds like this. Okay. Like that. Now another option for that D is if you want, you can also play it. I like keeping it there because it's on the same string, but if you wanted to, you could play the D on the 2nd string here on the 10th. So that's another option. That's a little easier. You know, or you can slide down for the 5th. So let's do that, and then yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. We got and then the very end here, 75 cents on 77. Okay, let's try this. So you're gonna hold. This is another campanella technique. Okay, you're gonna play the 5th fret of the 3rd string, then open on the 4th. Okay, then open on the 1st and the 8th fret of the 2nd. Just like that. So you're basically holding 0, 5, 8, 0. And it just looks like this. And then you're gonna go open, open, 5, open, and then bar with the high with the high F there, and you're gonna you can just chord it like this. Or sometimes what I like to do is I like to do that the low to high. So 3, 2, 4, 1. Okay, just like that. All right. Okay. So I know that took way longer than we expected, but we are gonna we're gonna fly through the left-hand part right now.
Would you like to play that section in its entirety, just so people can hear the overall for the right?
Okay, sure. Okay, so
And you don't have to scroll while you play. It's okay.
yeah, okay. So just when you so let's see now. Okay, so I gotta remember. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Well, why don't I do this then? I'm going to just so we have. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up just so let's do the left-hand part first, if that's okay. Let's do the left-hand part first because there's just a couple of pukas that we have to, or there's just a couple of places that we have to fill in because you guys have both parts already. So let's do this real quick, okay? So left, and then we're gonna put it all together so you can hear everything. Okay, so let's go to page 8. Okay, now, so check this out. You already can play from measure 1 all the way, right, to the end of letter C, or so to the beginning of letter D, because we already covered all of that in the right hand. So that's the beauty of it. So you already got all that under your belt. Because remember, letter C is the chords that we did already. Okay. Right? So now the only thing that we have to cover is letter D. Very simple single line melody, right? Okay, so let's just look that over. 1st fret, right? 3rd fret, open, C, 1st fret, 5th fret, right? Open, 2. Right? B flat, A, G, and F. Okay, so that's very straightforward. Now the only part that we really got to go over is letter E. Okay, and this is when it goes to that E flat chord. Okay, now for the E, okay, this is going to be very, very simple. It's a really easy pattern here. You're going to hold 3, 6, and 8. Okay, 3, 6, and 8. And the only thing that's going to happen is you're just going to be moving this index finger down to the D, right? And then you're going to move up to that very first F chord that we started with. Except we're not going to do the hot cross buns. We're just going to keep that baby finger up there. Okay? So let's try that together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down. Now slide up. Okay, next measure and down. Next line. Okay, now watch this. We're gonna keep all that there, but just slide that down. Okay? I know this is a tough one. This is a tough stretch. And then we're gonna go open. Okay, just like that. We're gonna play that open. And then slide it down to the 7. Okay, let's try that together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And slide up to the F. So we're just playing hot, hot, and E flat. And D, slide down to D. Okay, now the D flat here. And C. And the high E, just bring that, you see from that measure, what measure is that, 54, 5, 50, yeah, end of 56, you're just gonna play that B flat, and then you're just gonna slide that baby finger down to the E. And that's measure 57. Okay, and you're just gonna let it go for 2 bars, and then check it out. You're right back at letter F. It's just like the beginning. Okay, so everything is exactly the same at that point, and that's pretty much the entire song. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna divide the parts up, okay? And I think what's going to be helpful is all of the arpeggiated parts, I'm going to record all of that right now, because then that'll keep us in time, you know. So all the parts where we're playing eighth notes, I'm going to play that right now, so it's all so that we can feel the time. And then we're going to go back, and then we're going to play the melody over the arpeggiated parts, okay? So let's try this. This is going to be, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but whew, man, my fingers are sore, so I feel for you. I feel for you, man, because this is intense. All right, so let's try this, okay? So right hand, okay. So I'm gonna start with the left hand, and I'm gonna play. So we're starting with the left hand. We're gonna play. I'm basically not gonna play any of the melody or the single line melody, okay, for this one. So that way we can hear all the parts together, because it'll be hard to play the eighth note part over when it's just the melody by itself. So let's try this, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is letter A. Letter B. Two, three, four. And woo! Feel the burn. And letter E and remember, stay on the hot and E flat. Okay, bring it down to the D. Okay, D flat coming up. Woo, man. And open. Oh, okay, and strum. Well, I strummed the chord, but you just have to pick it. And then here we go. And okay. Tag, last tag, and F 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and that's the end there. Okay. Wow. All right, man, I'm sweating already. Woo. Okay, so here we go. Now let's play the melody over that. Okay. So we're gonna start with the first part is all in unison. So here we go. 3, 4, unison. Okay. Okay, get ready with letter A. Here we go, 3 and 4 and rest. Okay, here we go, counter line and 2, 3. resting here. Rest, 2, 3, letter C. 3, rest. And rest. So we're on the next part here. Okay, here we are. Measure 37, 4, 1, 2, 3, measure 41. Okay, now we're letter E. We're right here, guys. Right here. 4. And chord. So I add one more. I added one extra eighth note in there. Get ready with letter F, and here we go. Sorry. Dun, dun. Okay. Okay, and here we go. Letter G. Saturday 1. Try the harmonic and see. And remember that and then you can hold the last chord. Woo! All right, shake it out, shake it out. Good job. Okay, so that's pretty much, you know, the entire piece, and you can hear how both parts are, you know, they integrate into each other, and it's really it's a fun piece to, you know, play with someone and kind of you know, just kind of be able to play off of each other, hear each other's parts, and figure out how you can phrase it together and how to best you know, just kind of I don't know, weave in and out. You can work in some dynamics, you know, get a little softer in some parts. You can slow it down. You can take advantage of like those fermatas, you know, like I know I did that earlier, where I really took a long pause there, you know, before I came in with the next section. So I think part of that may have been because I was trying to scroll through the part too, but you know, I hope you enjoyed that. And do you guys have any questions right now at this time?
One big thing I want to remind people too that you know, this arrangement, this whole workshop, we stuffed together one of Jake's like performance pieces into, what is it, a 2-hour workshop, and it can be intimidating, yes, but remember, this is an arrangement from one of the best ukulele players that has walked the planet.
Oh
so
gosh, whatever.
Don't feel
Stop it.
intimidated, because again, the goal today was to inspire, right? And being able to kind of have these different pieces to put together at your own pace during, you know, at your own during your own time with it. You know, that was the important thing. So please don't feel like if you didn't master this in this 2-hour block, it's okay. That wasn't the intent. That wasn't the point. but it was to kind of hear the inner workings of again what Jake is thinking about when he arranges and the story behind everything and again being able to piece this together later. That's going to be the most important thing to take away from this and to really take your time with it. So thank you for sticking it out. I know there was a ton of things, and even for us, I mean, we feel so lucky to be even in the same room while he's doing this. And there were some questions about backing tracks and whatnot. As a big thank you to Jake for putting all this together. We do have the backing tracks on a video with the Mortissimo version of the packets. And that, again, if you want to help support, that is the way to do it. If you enjoy these live streams as well, I only do this once a live stream, but you can donate to the address below. We love putting these things on, and we can't thank you guys enough for your support, whether you're watching live or you're watching this pre-recorded. But thank you guys for joining us, and Jake did such a fantastic job. And again, the elegance of the song is so beautiful. And can we all show him a huge support in the chat?
Huge round of applause.
He's only used the internet like 3 times.
Man. No, I just really want to say thank you. This has been such an incredible experience, for me. Hopefully for you too. But I've just been so inspired, by being able to have these opportunities, and I really want to thank Craig, Sarah, and Herb for just kind of taking me under their wing, and showing me the ropes, and because they teach all the time, and this is something very, very new for me. So I really appreciate your patience with me, and just for giving me this opportunity, because it's just a wonderful way to connect with other ukulele players, and hopefully as I get more comfortable, and and as I learn from Craig, Sarah, and her, hopefully I'll kind of be a little bit more fluid. But I'm really gonna work. No, I'm really gonna work on talking and playing. That's my homework.
No, so
it's
funny,
really hard.
One of our students brought it up because one of the things we do with our artist work students is, they're holding down like chords and a progression, and then I have them read like the back of a cereal box
or the newspaper,
and try
you
to
told me
line
that.
it up,
That's
and then
really
give the
mean.
syncopation and things like that to help with like.
That's actually very mean to do. So I'm gonna practice that. I'm gonna read my cereal boxes in the morning when I play.
Oh, and also for our artist work students, again, we have a special. If you haven't had enough of Jake and Herb at this point, we do have that special live stream for our artist work students next Saturday.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier than this one.
Yeah, I think it's 8 a.m. Hawaii time.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, that one's going to be a ton of fun. And remember, artist work students, we need you to ask your questions in the forum prior, because we want to make sure we can get to all the questions. So if we get through all of the ones that were asked in the forum, we might go through the chat questions. It really depends. But go to the forum, Craig and Sarah Bulletin, and it's the special Zoom meeting. And you can ask your burning questions to Jake and Herb. I think one person's burning question was when do you change strings? That one I was like, all right.
Of all questions.
Hey man, if that's their burning question, we will
Once a
answer
year.
it. We will answer it on the 13th. So definitely, artist work students, please submit your questions.
Yeah, please tune in, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
And anything else coming up, you guys?
Oh, yeah, do you have any concerts or anything?
Or what does Jake have?
You have
What do you have coming up?
well.
You have Blue Note live
I-
streaming, right, on April.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
April 3rd. That's right. I'll be doing a live stream, virtual live
His
stream
brother
from
has
Blue
a
Note.
hard time promoting himself.
But and but once again, just thank you very much.
Spit it out already. Well, wait, but Craig, Sarah, Jake, and myself, we're planning this ukulele retreat weekend.
Virtual retreat.
Virtual retreat.
So stay tuned for more information with
Yeah.
Craig and Sarah on their
Yep.
website, and that's gonna be.
That's
lot
gonna
of
be
fun.
so much
Oh,
fun. Yeah,
yeah.
we've been planning classes and stuff already. It's gonna be really neat.
And we have dates, right?
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we do.
But does any of us have our calendar out
August.
to tell people? It's in
August.
August, folks.
Yeah.
August.
See?
I think it's the
We should do a
second
save
weekend
the
of
save the
Au-
date.
Oh, yeah, save the date.
or dates.
August 13th through 15th.
August 13th through 15th. You can spend your weekend with us.
Yeah. Yeah,
We'll be
please. It's
literally camping here at Craig's house.
no, but it's yeah.
That's gonna be a
I'm
lot of
I'm
fun.
excited about it because because it'll give us really just a great opportunity for multiple days, right? So we can cover a lot of things and just kind of tie in so many things. So we're really putting a lot of thought into the curriculum and everything that we're going to be sharing. So
And Carol, yes, we are doing our 7th ukulele cruise probably next year.
Hopefully.
But they were always so much fun, and I heard we might have to drag these two guys with us. We'll see. All right, you guys gonna end with a song?
yeah, we got to do this. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to, we thought Pianoforte would be fun is because it's something that you can play with someone else, and that's what we enjoy most too is collaborating and playing with each other. So this is so we'll do Guava Jam.
Yeah, sure.
One of my all-time favorites.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay.
Ah.
Oh wait, so we're all on, right? So
Yeah.
okay. All
Oh,
right.
wait, do we need? You're muted, yeah.
Yeah, I'm muted. Yep.
And is my mic on?
This
We're
is
just
an
making
old
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just play it a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Sunday Manoa, Ka'au Critter Boys
Right?
favorite. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming. This was awesome. Here we go.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! Thank
That
you
was
guys so
awesome.
much.
Woo.
And don't forget, you're gonna see all of us during the multiple events for the Ukulele Festival Hawaii this year, starting in April. We have a once-a-month event leading up to the big festival in July. So be sure to check out our website, craigandsarah.com, for more information on that, and herboltajr.com, jakeshimabukuro.com. There's so many great things for us, we're just lucky that because they're not out touring during this time, we actually get to see and hang out with them more often now, which is really, really nice. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Jake, you did so well.
No,
Huge shout out to Jake for sticking that out and sacrificing his hand today for you guys.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for your support and your patience. Really, really, truly appreciate it. This was fun. It was an awesome opportunity. Thank you.
Awesome.
But thank you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe.
Be safe,
We'll
everyone.
see you guys soon.
Aloha.